Hey, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I miss you guys so much. It's been a while since I filmed a video for you, but I'll explain it all to you in this video. God, where do I even start? Well, a couple months ago, I wasn't feeling well, so I went in. You guys know that I have a pump that gives me medication. A couple months ago, I wasn't feeling good, so I took me to emergency room. My parents took me to emergency room. It turned out to be infected, so then they cleaned out that side. Well, they took it out of this side and put it in here. So I used to have, I was on Baclofen Pump for 5 years before I got infected. And infected this side, so they had to go on this side and put the new pump in. So, please, I want to preface this, guys. Please, if you don't feel good and you're on, or if you're on Baclofen Pump and your back doesn't feel good or your side, please don't ignore the signs, because it could get really, really dangerous, and it is really, really dangerous. And I was on Baclofen Pump for 5 years before any of these issues occurred. So, and it turned out, I had this open I had this open twice. So they had to go in here because it was infected once, and then they cleaned that out, put a new one in, and then the catheter was infected. All this was infected. So this was open already twice. So then they had to go here, which is fine. I mean, I have 2 different scars, and 2, but I want to preface this. If you're on Baclofen, the Baclofen pill, and it's working good for you, stay on the Baclofen pill, or stay on whatever's working for you. Because no matter what, it is a device in my body, and when you put devices in your body, you're taking a risk. And I'm just saying, the reason why I went back on liquid Baclofen, back on the pump, because when I did that 3 weeks of no Baclofen pump, and I had to be an oral Baclofen on top of other medications to control my spasms, I realized how much I relied on my Baclofen pump to give me the correct medication. And when it was not doing that, I felt really, really sick, and it could be really, really dangerous. And I'm just grateful that I have great family support, good doctors, and they saw the signs and they were like, we need to go. But in doing so, I was prior to this last surgery, when I had Baclofen Pump number 1, the second install, I was walking around the house 2 weeks ago prior to my last surgery. I got in a walker, which is I had never done since I was young. I was doing a lot of things that were benefits to my life, and it's been hard for me lately, because I'm such an independent person. It's been hard for me lately to kind of I'm used to getting like my body right back where it was. But obviously, being on all different medications and having your body going through surgery and going through all those changes in your own body, you need to give yourself time to heal and your body to heal. So I know I'm gonna get back in that walker, and I know that I'm gonna continue walking 5 laps around this whole house. But maybe not tomorrow, in a couple weeks. But I'm ready to get back to that. And I want to get back to that. But what I'm trying to say here, guys, is even though I had a Baclofen Pump scare, you're probably like, then why did you go on Baclofen? Or why did you go on the pump per se? Guys, because when you're on Baclofen Pump for 5 years, this is what your body is accustomed to. Your body's not accustomed to taking four pills a day unless you do it that way. But my body's accustomed to this certain way and this certain dose every hour of the day. So, am I scared that it's gonna do it again? No, I try to not think like that, because if I think like that, it's gonna drive me nuts. And honestly, I'm a Baclofen Pump fan from all the way, thick and thin. I believe that this invention is changed my life, and it's been a game changer. Not only for me, but I know so many other people online with Baclofen Pumps that I'm a Baclofen Pump fan. If you're on some other medication that works for you, great. But yes, I had the Baclofen Pump for 5 years, and just because of one little hiccup, or in my case, 3 little hiccups, but we're not gonna talk about that. I'm just excited that I have this new pump, that the catheter is working, that my body is working, that I'm just grateful that I have great family support, honestly, because without my family and my friends and everyone around me, it would be really hard and really stressful. And there's times where it's like, after my 3rd surgery, I'm like, oh my god, this is too much. But then, I'm like, wow, this, like, Baclofen is, or liquid Baclofen, I'm so grateful for. I'm so grateful for that the Medtronic team invented it. I'm grateful that my body could handle it on this side. So there's a lot of things that put, I guess I don't want to sound cheesy, but there's a lot of things that throughout these whole surgeries, throughout these whole couple months, a lot of things that kind of put it in perspective for me, and kind of made me see how grateful I am to, that I wheel myself, that I can talk, that I can be so independent. But I'm not saying that these couple months haven't been hard, because they have. They have made me wanting, they have made me cry. I'm just on, there's so many different emotions when you go through a pump malfunction. Sometimes you want to cry. Sometimes you just want to lose your mind. But after you get to the end where I'm almost at, after you get to the recovery point, you realize that all the hard work that you put into it, that you did the surgeries, all the 3 surgeries, all the 4 surgeries, all that work that you made on yourself, you start to realize, wow, it's really worth it to have your independence. Even if it's like, I want to get more independent. Like, my goal is to have more independence and gain more independence. And in the last couple of months, my parents helped me out a lot. My sister helped me out a lot. It just made me realize when I'm not on Baclofen Pump, how much people have to help me. How much I pride myself on being independent. Whatever it looks like for you. I mean, I live in my parents' house, so like I'm working on it. But it's however it might look for you. Like, what I like to do is like having, listening to music, or being in my room, for 10 minutes before my caregiver, or just having that then time where it's just like me and my thoughts and my real feelings, because it's also a lot to process emotionally. For me, I had it on this side for 5 years, and then it changed to this side. So for me, I was accustomed to having that there for 5 years, and now it's not in there, which is alright. I'm just doing what I have to do here. But I was accustomed to that, and now it my body looks different. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, that's a great thing. But now I'm just saying oh my god, just just the body changes, and just how it looks, and I know how it looks, and just how it looks. I don't care about how it looks, but just how you see the 2 scars and you're like, oh my god, I did this 3 times already, oh my god. So just a realization of what I did. Well, I knew what I did, but just to come in oh my god, I came so far, I'm so happy. So I guess what I'm saying is that's where I've been. That's why you haven't seen me posting videos, because I've been more focused on my health and more focused on me and more focused on what really, of course I love doing social media and I love doing that, but that's where I've been. And if you want to come along on this new recovery journey with me, come along. And like I said, if you are on Baclofen Pump and it's working out great for you, great. But if you start getting sick, or if your Baclofen Pump site looks red, please call your doctor, because that means it's infected, and that means you need to go see your doctor. Because that's what happened to me, and it was no good. So, all of that aside, I'm still a Baclofen Pump fan. And for the girlies that do Baclofen orally, I give it up to you, because I did that before for 2 weeks in the other medications, and I could not do that. No, my body is accustomed to something different. And I know every single disability or diagnosis is different, but this is the journey that I'm on, and I continue to be on this Baclofen Pump journey, and although Baclofen Pumps are not perfect, I know, it's perfect for me right now. It's perfect for this moment. And people may ask, am I scared that this Baclofen Pump is gonna be infected again? And it's like, no, because they put a total different spot. They put it in a total different area in my bag. They put the catheter in a total different area. So I'm not scared, but yes, there's always gonna be in the back of my head. Is it gonna happen again? Like, it's a device, so things can go wrong. But I try to not think about that, because I try to think about the long term and the positive that has been happening in my life. I try to not think about the negative, because the negative is gonna drive me nuts. And this is something that I have to do for me, and this is what I made a choice on doing with my family and my circle of support. And I'm not saying I don't. I'm saying I do stretching. I have physical therapy. We've been working on building my body back. But what I had to learn, and I'm still learning, is your body takes time to heal. Having those 3 operations back to back to back, your body has to heal throughout those operations. So, and I'm so used to getting up and going and doing and not letting my disability stop me and whatever, and being so positive. But reality is, guys, I love being in my wheelchair. I love having a disability, but sometimes you're like, wow, like, really, what just happened? Like, wow. Like, throughout these operations, I'm like, did that just really happen? Oh my god. Here we go again. But, I like to keep it funny and light, but sometimes I'm like, wow, I can't even, how can my body handle this again? But, sometimes I'm like, oh my god, again. But I have my family and I have my friends that keep on lifting me up and keep on reminding me, and all my caregivers and everyone on my team saying, you're gonna get back to just the way that you were at before. So, if you're ever down, if you're ever down, or if you're ever like, oh my god, like, I can't handle this, just think that brief moment is only just gonna be there for a second. That's not gonna be the whole time. And how my body is now, how I was walking just 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago before, or not even, I don't even know the time, because it don't make math in my head. But I'm gonna get back in that walker, and I'm gonna continue walking around the house before, just like I did before. So I'm not gonna let this pump situation veer me from my goals. I'm gonna sit there and be like, when my body's ready, we're willing to work at it, and we're willing to go forward. I'm not gonna let anything stop me from my goals of, walking, of, more walking one day, or just like I'm just gonna set goals and just tackle them one day at a time. So I want to tell whoever is out there that's you don't even have to be in a wheelchair, or have a disability, or if you do, then hi, how are ya? But I want to ask you, what's your goals for the next couple months, and hopefully I can take you on this journey with me about healing, about walking again in my walker, and about all that stuff. I know that this has been a long ranted video, but thank you so much for staying with me and keeping my subscriber, up, and I love you guys so much, and I've been thinking about doing this video for such a long time. I know people ask me on my Instagram, where was I? Well, now you know where I was. Not too fun, but anyways, thank you so much. Love you guys for all the support. Like and subscribe. Bye.